Sacramento State University is an Asian American and Native American Pacific Islander serving institution, also known as AANAPISI. This means Sac State has a 20% Asian American and Pacific Islander student population, qualifying Sac State to compete for federal AANAPISI grants. These grants help fund the First Circle project, which provides support to Asian American and Pacific Islander students on campus, according to Dr. Timothy Fong, the director of Full Circle Project. The State Hornet spoke with student and faculty members to learn more about AANAPISI, the Full Circle Project, and how Sac State can further support the campus's Asian and Pacific Islander community.
Full Circle Project has been the AANAPISI program at Sac State for almost 10 years.
Most people are more familiar with the Full Circle Project at Sacramento State and a lot less so of AANAPISI, where the money comes from.
Since 2011, the Full Circle Project has received over $5 million from federal AANAPISI grants. These grants help fund workshops, events, program supplies, and student and staff positions.
The first one was in 2011, the second one 2016, and then we just got our third one literally like a couple weeks ago. And that is a cooperative grant in partnership with some of our surrounding community colleges.
The Full Circle Project recently received a $2 million AANAPISI cooperative grant dedicated to transfer students. However, the Full Circle Project did not receive the second grant they applied for, which would have helped the project individually.
We did not receive another AANAPISI grant that we had applied for, which is called a AANAPISI Part F, and that would have been an individual grant just for Sac State and just for Full Circle Project to continue funding our program as well as expanding it. So we didn't get that one. And with that, now we're trying to figure out how can we get more support from the university. My position, my staff position with FCP is actually paid through our Department of Ed grant. So now it's kind of this limbo of like, do our staff continue to get pay after this? Like, will we continue to be funded?
Without the AANAPISI grants, the Full Circle Project would struggle financially to support the project's goal of increasing Asian American and Pacific Islander graduation rates.
If Asian and Pacific Islander students, 20%, are not graduating well, it hurts the whole university. And if the university wants to increase graduation rates, particularly with Graduation Initiative 2025, there needs to be investment in this large population.
Dr. Fong says the Full Circle Project heavily relies on soft money to operate its program and believes Sac State should allocate more funds toward the Full Circle Project.
Full Circle Project is funded primarily through external grants, which is what we call soft money. It's not institutionalized. And we've been successful for 10 years. We have a national reputation for being a model program. And it is time for the university to step up.
The Full Circle Project, located in the library, can quickly become packed and crowded. This causes problems trying to serve the large Asian American and Pacific Islander community.
Students don't have space to even come into the office sometimes. It's challenging to tell students, like, come to our space, come to our office, we want to support you all. And then when students do come, it's like we don't have space for them. So I would love to just see like a larger space for our program.
So it's not a bad location. It's the middle of campus. It's great. But it's just very small. And we have a staff that really cannot be in there all at the same time because there's not enough room. And we actually paid on our own to have the external corridor with tables and chairs just so students can be out there.
Ariel Lingat, a public health major, told the State Hornet that Sac State is in the beginning stages of creating an Asian American Pacific Islander Desi American Center.
For this upcoming APITA Center, we're in the beginning stages of it right now. So we're in the process of not only gathering information from staff and faculty, but we're gathering a lot of information on students as well. So we're holding a lot of focus group sessions to try to reach out to the student body and to students all around campus to see what they want.
Not only is Sac State an AANAPISI, but it's also a Hispanic serving institution, and the difference in funding received between the two groups is surprisingly large.
Funding for AANAPISIs is about a third or half of what HSI grants get. There is clearly inequity, even among minority serving institution funding. There's a big effort right now to try and not necessarily equalize, because things are different for different populations, but at least make it more equal.
Although Sac State has made strides in being more inclusive, there is still room for improvement when it comes to representation and retention of faculty of color.
This is also just concerns that I've heard from other folks on campus is like really this feeling of like folks leaving, and how can we make sure that as a campus we're doing a better job to retain leadership of color.
I think we definitely have an amazing faculty that is diverse, but I do also wish to see more diversity, especially within the APITA community in terms of faculty as well.
And there are faculty members who come and leave for a variety of reasons. It may be personal, it may not necessarily have to do anything with the institution, but Sacramento State does need to improve on not only retention of students, but retention of faculty.
Going forward, the Asian American and Pacific Islander community would like to see more support from Sac State.
I would love to see more support come from the university.
Definitely funding would help with a bunch of the organizations that are already part of in-campus.
Keeping the pressure on all of us, because we're all responsible for making the Sacramento State a welcoming and supportive environment.
This is Chrissy Martinez reporting for the State Hornet.